Hello, everyone, and welcome to Personal Success Planners channel. My name is Caroline Marsh. Together with my partner, Chisha Kumisuku, we are here and so excited because our mission is to inspire, empower the Black women to become wealthy. So it's all about becoming wealthy from our end. So it's identifying what you have to get done, where you're at today, and how do you do what you're going to do to get to your place of success, and you define how you get there. So today, do you want to just tell the people or the ladies out there what we're about today?
Today we're talking about our fourth pillar. We have 4 pillars here at Personal Success Planning. Whenever we talk about creating wealth, personal finances, we have 4 pillars: making more money, managing your money, protecting your money, and today is about the last pillar, personal mastery. And for me, I think personal mastery, I find, is a very, very big key and a big game changer, because it's all about what goes on up here, what your beliefs are, what you think. Yes. And also what your unconscious behaviors. And the reason it's challenging is because most of our behavior is unconscious. And then you only have the results to look at, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So when you look at your results and they're not what you consciously want, then there's something deeper going on. And this is where personal mastery essentially becomes very, very important. Yeah. What do you think, Caroline? How has personal mastery affected you?
Well, do you know what? I think for me, that was the beginning of my actual change. And I had to identify, I desired wealth so much. I would say almost everything about me was seeking to be financially free, seeking to create wealth. But at some point, I would just not get there. And until I started the journey of personal mastery, understanding that there is a thinking I'm committed to right now that may not be serving me, which then helps me on a daily basis and making some choices that are non-supportive towards becoming wealthy. And I'm so committed to it. So it was identifying what are the things that are really going on. I mean, what really is going on the inside of me? And so I identified, in fact, part of my lessons of my learning was knowing that there's 3 types of fear that will hold us back from not becoming successful. And of which one of them is a fear of failure, the fear of success. I know, fear of success. Yeah, it might not sound true to you, but really there is. People are afraid to be successful. And the final one, the big one for me, the fear of rejection. And you would not believe, because I was so committed to not wanting to offend anyone. So therefore, I don't do things to upset others, and it keeps me in that environment. So I'll take on saying yes to stuff. People will ask me, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm just saying yes because I don't want to say no. I am so committed, because if I say no, they'll perceive me which way and that way, and I felt I'll be rejected. And so instead thinking, hang on a minute, this is not serving me. I now have 201 items to do, and I only have 1 day. How then do I work all these things around? And it was starting off from identifying my limiting belief. All of us have a belief system, and the belief system is either serving you or not serving you. And the whole point of this class is, or not class actually, our conversation, is to help you to understand what beliefs do you have that are non-supportive towards becoming wealthy, and what beliefs do you have that are supportive towards becoming wealthy, and therefore you become committed to doing those things that are supporting where you want to get to. I remember we had a conversation before, didn't we? I mean, what happened to you in the beginning? Just share your parts.
Yes, so for me, now that I think about it, Caroline, I think there was even an element of imposter syndrome there, because my background, for those who may not know me, is that I'm an accountant, and accountants have got it together with their numbers and figures, but I didn't at the start of my journey. I was very, very good at doing people's numbers, doing people's books, but when it came to my own thing, it just wasn't happening. And so I think there were 2 fears there: fear of being found out, and fear of not, how could I describe it? Almost being an imposter, because if I'm going to go out there and talk about my finances and they're not together, then really how do I even begin to change things? So once I accepted really that I had this challenge and I needed to take personal responsibility, and I think, Caroline, that's something I think we don't tend to emphasize. You have to take personal responsibility once you recognize and you see where your beliefs are coming in the way. It's not good to be aware and then not do anything about it. You actually have to be aware and do something about it. That's the key thing about personal mastery. It's almost like engaging the unconscious with the conscious. What comes up from the unconscious becomes aware, becomes conscious. Then you now start making choices that almost, it also leads into habits, isn't it? Supporting habits.
It does.
Continue.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm just trying to think for the typical Black woman that is obviously watching right now. Majority of us, I'm an African girl. I was brought up at home in Africa, and there's certain beliefs about women. For example, a woman's place is in their home, and she's not to be seen in the marketplace, and she's not to be seen talking out loud and doing all these things. Therefore, when I'm out in the marketplace, I'm now having to hold back. You look at many women that are in the career, on a career path, and they're looking to succeed to get to the top. There's always a disconnect on the inside, because inside of her, there's a battle taking place that is saying to her, I want to go, I want to go. And the other thing is saying, no, you can't go, you can't go. A woman is not supposed to be seen that way. So now there is this, major fight on the inside, and it's identifying, what have I believed to be true? And is that serving me? And if it's not serving me, how then do I change? How then do I begin to look at myself? I mean, I was very bad with money. Money management, it's just, it comes in, it goes out quicker than it came in. And it was having to, and I always used to think, I'm not good with money. I just spend money, but I was committed to something. I was committed to looking good to be accepted. Therefore, I would spend more than I had so I could be accepted. So I could look good and feel accepted. So there's those value systems that are misaligned. And so it's having to sit and think, actually, I am okay as I am. I don't have to become something else. And therefore, because this is where I'm at, I'm making a choice now that my future is not determined by how others see me, but it's determined by what's important to me. And therefore, I am a good money manager. I will manage my affairs carefully. I will look at doing X, Y, Z, and they're coming up with now mechanisms of how I can disrupt that thinking every day. And guess what? Times are 4. The next thing I find myself, I'm shopping again. So it's coming. I'm thinking, right, okay, no. This is not what I've signed up to. And until you work on that habit, until it becomes a habit and a part of you, then you're now in charge of your management of your finances. So it's a journey. It really is a journey, but it's a good journey, because now we're becoming aware. What you don't know will hurt you. It's probably what is costing you a lot, because you're unconscious and making decisions based on that. What are some of the beliefs did you hear when you were younger that maybe you think hold you back?
I think one of my biggest beliefs was what I would always hear my father say: money doesn't grow on trees. And we've got a saying in my language called Bemba, Indalama taisa ngame no ya mkano. And it literally means money doesn't grow like teeth in your mouth. You know how teeth just sprout out as you're a baby. So I think even as I was attracted to working with numbers, there was always this hidden belief that money just doesn't come easily. And I think that's a big thing we all struggle with, because I think as a people, as a continent, there's always this thing of almost scarcity, poverty that is always being sung around Africa. And it's something that I think even essentially becomes in our psyche. So it's something you must catch yourself. And Caroline, I like that you said, what are the beliefs that you heard growing up? Because that's a big thing you must ask yourself. What did your mother always say? What did your father always say? Because it becomes your belief until you reject it and you say, no, money comes to me, I'm a good money manager, and you begin to change those beliefs. But I think it's, maybe to give an overview as well, it's really almost like a 4-step process. You have to become aware. When you're aware of your beliefs, then understand that you can see what is happening. These are the unconscious beliefs, the results that you have are not giving you success. Then you look at reconditioning. How can you create a new, different vision for yourself, new beliefs, and then taking action? Action, I think, Caroline, is what we're all about, isn't it?
It certainly is. You can learn every theory there is to learn. You can learn every idea there is to learn. If you never take any action, unfortunately, you will end up at an undesirable destination. For many people, even the idea that you're not taking action is something that you have to question. What is going on? What is going on the inside of you that is stopping you from taking action? That in itself has a belief system because you're afraid of something. So it's discovering, why am I not doing this? And what should I do in moving forward? So yeah, this is, this was an overview, obviously, to give you an idea on, our day 4, which is on personal mastery. Keep coming onto our site. Visit our site. Most importantly, go and download the book, our ebook, The Insider Secrets of a Wealthy Black Woman. It's a free book, but it gives you insights. The things we're talking about here are also expounded upon in the book, giving you, clarity on how you are thinking and how you can help yourself to become the next wealthy Black woman. And the link is www.personalsuccesschallenge.com. Click on the link below, and God bless you. And we'll see you next week when we're talking about the other pillar, which is pillar number 1. And what is pillar number 1, Chisha?
Making more money.
Making more money. That's right. Yeah. See you. Thanks again for coming on to our channel. Please like us, subscribe onto our link, befriend us, come our friend on Facebook, on Twitter, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and we will see you next week. God bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye.